Hi, welcome back to True Spirit with PJ, a podcast where we don't speak only about titles, success stories, or achievements of people, but we talk to real people about what they believe in, their life experiences, and how those experiences have shaped them. Today, I'm joined with Mrs. Vaishali Vaishnav, who is an entrepreneur, a branding, marketing expert, founder of Multitasking Mommies Women's Community, and she has been wearing many hats since 2019. So, thank you, Vaishali ma'am, for being on my show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So let's start at the very beginning. You started MTM Multitasking Mommies in 2019. What was the main idea
Yeah.
behind starting it?
Uh, so my main idea actually MTM community started first as a blog. When I became a mother at the age of 33, my first baby when I delivered, and the challenges that I was facing as a working mom, that I had to leave my work, I had to start working from home and taking care of the baby, and the different challenges that a mother faces. I thought of writing a blog. I was part of a moms community where I could see that, mothers were able to chat with each other. They were able to share with each other and, help and support each other. So that gave me an inspiration to start a blog where I was writing my day-to-day experiences, sharing with to be moms that, if something like this happens, you need to take care. If you don't have for example, if you don't have a diaper rash cream, let's use coconut oil because it is very safe and it heals baby skin. So so on and so forth, I started writing a blog where I was also writing about, how I was trying to balance life as a mother and as an entrepreneur or as someone working from home. So after the blog started, people started reading it, and then I was invited to a women's economic forum happening at New Delhi. And after coming back from there, a couple of my friends were very much interested to they were very much interested to listen to my experiences of this 3-day women economic forum, and we decided to meet over coffee. So we were around 5-6 people meeting over coffee, and it so happened that somebody came to know that these people are meeting for a coffee, and they thought, why not I also join in? So she asked one of my friends whether can I join the coffee meet. And that way we were that day around 15 to 16 women who met over coffee, and we decided that we will be doing this every month. And that is how from a blog multitasking mommies community came up.
Okay, all right. So that's great. And what were the challenges you faced when you started this community? This was much before COVID. So,
Yeah, so biggest challenge that I faced was trust. Today we take communities and networking platforms for granted because there are so many now in the city. But when you start something from scratch, people naturally ask, what is in it for me? So I had to build credibility, create meaningful experiences, and most importantly, show women that MTM wasn't just another WhatsApp group. It was about relationships. So that was the challenge I faced. But yes, over the 7 years, I'm thankful to the universe that, we have built a name in such a way that when it is MTM, people get that trust, that that would be something valuable uh, when it is something related to MTM.
so can you please tell me how did you convince people? You said, convincing people
Yeah.
and was difficult. So how did you go about doing that?
So honestly, I didn't try to convince them with big promises. I focused on doing things consistently because I didn't wanted to make MTM meetups and events like a kitty party, or events that are just fun parties for women. I wanted that each and every event that is happening is curated in such a way that whoever attends gets goes back with some value addition in their mind. So we created meetings, introduced members to each other, gave women visibility, promoted their businesses, and celebrated their achievements. And best part was that even the homemakers were a part of this community. It was not that this was limited to only entrepreneurs. So, and when in a community, when a woman experiences genuine support, in spite of her being an entrepreneur, or her being a homemaker, she becomes your strongest advocate. So MTM grew largely through word of mouth and relationships.
Wow. And how many members do you have now?
Currently, we have in Ahmedabad, we have around 50 offline members, and in
Okay.
our online community, we have 5,000 women in our Facebook community from different cities of India.
Wow, wow. So the
Yeah.
activities that you plan for the online and offline, I'm sure are different. So how do
Yes,
you keep
yes.
them engaged? What are the kind of things you do on a regular basis? Keep them engaged.
So we do different kinds of, so what we say, that the events or the activities that we do are related to 360-degree development of a women. So when you talk about women, there are a lot of things that come up, because a woman plays multiple roles. She is a daughter, she's a wife, she's a mother, and she's an employee somewhere, she's a boss somewhere. So we make sure that each and everything that we cover in our events, workshops, and programs are related to women somewhere. It adds value to women in being a better person. So we do activities related to, of course, related to business, networking, and skill development. We do it, and all these activities we do not just for urban women, but we also do for rural as well as semi-rural, women who stay in those areas. And mainly they are like workshops, they are business development workshops, they are social media and marketing. Now recently, as AI has come into our lives, we have different workshops on AI where we train them how they can use it to make their life easy, to make their business better, and get more visibility. Apart from that, we also have parenting discussions, like we invite experts from the city and we have panel discussions happening on various topics related to women. So we have discussions related to parenting. Say, for example, recently the one which we are having next month is about parenting in digital era. So that is something which is need of the hour. And we have on women's health, like perimenopause, menopause, motherhood, and mental health, women's health. So everything and anything related to women we try to cover in such a way that apart from business, it helps her in being herself.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really amazing work that you're doing.
Yeah.
So, what is the percentage of the rural and urban women part of your MTM community?
So, MTM community, right now, the members that we have offline are all urban women. And how we work with rural women is that the experts inside the community are, we have doctors in the community, we have healers in the community, we have manufacturers in the community who make different handcrafted things. So what we do is we have tied up with couple of NGOs who work for rural women, and our experts, we go to them, we go to their centers, their skill development centers, and train them in making all these kind of products, so that because they are not allowed to go out and work, they can learn these products, they can make it on their own at their home, and start selling and earning from home. And we also take digital literacy workshops for them, so that whatever work that they are doing, they can promote it through their phones. Because see, nowadays it can be a rural or semi rural women, but they have phones at home. So we guide them that apart from being on TikTok and Instagram the entire day and doing all unnecessary scrolling, it is better that you give some time uh, to promote your work on social media as well.
True.
So
So, but I know a lot of women uh, who do amazing work or they sell amazing products, but they shy being on camera being on social media. So, for those kind of women, how do you go about training them or guiding them, mentoring them?
So recently we started our workshops called Visible. That was for women who have these kind of constraints, going on social media and talking about their products. Because recently it's not just about products. What happens is some women who are shy of being on social media, they think that my product will speak its story and that's how I'll be able to promote it. But no, times have changed, and now we have to connect the storytelling, the journey of the founder. So the entire thing needs to be connected, and an entrepreneur, be it a male, female, I mean, like anybody, has to be on social media and has to be in such a way that their brand, their product touches the heart of people who are watching them. So that's how through this Visible workshop we help them create small social media strategies which they can use it on their own. They can start implementing on their own from their homes. So because there are small and medium entrepreneurs working with us, like in our community, they might not have a separate budget to hire a social media agency, a digital marketing agency, which they can pay them, which they can pay them and hire their services. So instead of them, we guide them that through this workshop, which is called Visible, they'll be able to create visibility for themselves and their own brand. So that way, we guide them and help them, as it is very much necessary in today's time to be on social media with your business and your story.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just before this, you said, a woman plays many roles. She's a daughter, she's a, wife, a sister, entrepreneur, community builder, and lot more, depending on their profession. Um,
Yeah.
and they say multitasking comes easily for women. Is that really true? Because you also multitask, not just making your community members, but you also multitask. So, yes, from your
Yeah,
experience.
absolutely. So I would say one thing I realized being a woman and a multitasker is that uh, women don't have options than to multitask. One thing. Another thing which I have observed is women are better multitaskers than men. And I actually think that we need to rethink the word multitasking basically, because, see, women are incredibly capable, but being capable doesn't mean we should have to carry everything. So, somewhere, we have to balance our life while doing even multitasking. For years, women have been celebrated for doing everything. Like, you are a mother, wife, daughter, professional, caregiver, entrepreneur. But I think the next stage of women's empowerment is not I can do everything, but it is I know what matters to me, I know what I can delegate, and I'm not afraid to ask for help. Because when I started the MTM community 7 years back, even I was like enthusiastic. Oh, I'm a multitasking mom and I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that. And it was making me, I know, it was overwhelming at times. And but now the generation of women after us, and even in these years, I have realized that uh, it is not about glorifying I can do everything, but it is about I know what matters to me, I know what I can delegate, and I'm not afraid to ask for help. So
True.
this is what I
That
have
is
learned through this entire experience.
Yeah, women, I also do know a lot of women who hesitate to ask for help. They want to do it all.
Yes.
They don't
Yes.
want to delegate work. So you're trying to say that it's important to delegate work, and that will give you your own space and time to multitask without burning out, right? All right. Um, so, Vaishali ji, your MTM has been supporting, motivating, and creating networking opportunities for entrepreneurs, small business owners. So, what exactly is the difference between networking and a genuine community?
Well, before I started MTM, I was part of a uh, commun- uh, proper networking platform which was specifically for women. So what I realized is that for me, networking is who can I meet, when you come for business networking, you think who can I meet, whereas community is how can we grow together. Networking can happen at an event, you exchange cards and move on. But genuine community means that 3 months later, when you need something, you know whom you can call. It is about trust, it is about reciprocity and relationship. So I can say networking creates connections, but community creates belongings. And believe me, uh, a typical business networking platform talks about numbers, talks about business given and taken and all. But when it comes to community, I know who stood by me, or I know that I have to be there when somebody needs me. And I think for a woman, that is very much important.
True, true.
It is not necessary that you have to be in a professional networking platform or a group to do business. And I think businesses, continue in a much better way in such an environment.
True, true. Agreed. So, what can women do to support each other better?
So, main thing is to celebrate each other. A woman should celebrate other women without immediately comparing her journey with yours,
True.
because that happens very much. Array, she's doing this, I am not able to do even that much. But if someone gets an opportunity, celebrate her. If someone starts a business, please support her. If someone succeeds, then don't ask yourself that why not me, because it happens with women. And instead, ask yourself that what can I learn from her. So, a little bit of change in mindset is needed when it comes to supporting women. And sometimes support doesn't even mean that you buy something from that person. If your friend has started some business and you want to support her, it's not that you have to buy loads of product from her, but a recommendation, a referral, a genuine compliment, or simply sharing someone's work can make a huge difference. So, we need to learn to celebrate other women as well.
True, true. You started MTM in 2019. It's almost 8 years
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
So, in this 8 years, is there a story or women's journey that made you feel proud that yes, I did the right thing by starting this community, MTM, 8 years ago? Can you please share that with the audience?
Well, if I say there have been many stories, because sometimes it is a woman who gets her first customer through another MTM member. Sometimes someone gets a collaboration. Sometimes a woman simply tells me that I was feeling very low, but coming to this meeting made me feel better. I'll just share an example of one of our members who was a homemaker when she joined the community. And, gradually she started coming to our business meets and events and all. And she started getting inspired by other women entrepreneurs who were there in the group. But she couldn't, go out and work. She came from an education background, but she couldn't go out and, start teaching people because she had a 3-year-old child. So then gradually by meeting other women members, she realized that okay, I food and cooking is my passion. Instead of teaching, which I cannot do right now practically, let me start with something like that. She started taking small orders from home and started selling dry snacks and other things. And COVID came, and the demand of her tiffin in the society grew so much because she stayed in a society where around 500 houses were there. And many people who were COVID positive get food or cook food for family. They started ordering from her, and that's how her food business started. Today, after almost 6 years of COVID, she runs a restaurant here. She runs a catering service here. In our MTM community, we did a lot of live sessions with her to promote her because she genuinely needed that support. So today she's still a part of MTM, and she always says that I don't have time to be a part of other networking platforms, but I would always remain a part of this community because it has made a lot of difference in my life. So, not just this, there are so many such stories, which make me think at times that no, I think I did the best thing. Or at times when I feel low and think, yeah, I don't want to go ahead now with this because it is too overwhelming and I'm like, it is too much of task for me. But when I think of, that there have been difference in people's lives which was created by this community, I push myself and say, nahi, nahi, Vaishali, one more time and let's do it.
Okay, great, great. You are doing really amazing work by recognizing, you know, uh, what a woman can do within her capacity, and reminding her that the strength is within you, and pushing her, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
What the age group of these 4,000 plus women, and both online and offline? What is the age group of women who are part of NTM?
So even offline, initially when it was for mothers, as the name suggests, we had women coming up and saying that we are single, or but still we want to be a part of such a community. There were mothers who used to come and say that okay, we are married, but we don't have kids, I'm a pet mom, and I have my niece and nephews at home and I'm just like a mom to them, so why can't we be a part? So then we opened the community for all women, without giving a tag that she's a mother or she's a every. So women from the age group 25 to 60, 65, we have members who are here, and the senior members who are there are really helpful as an experts with their experience and all to all the members in the community.
Hmm. Nice, nice. You were talking about the importance of social media, how important it is for women entrepreneurs or for any business. So, what is one branding mistake, as you're a branding expert, marketing expert? What is one branding mistake which women entrepreneurs make when they are displaying their products or talking about, marketing the products?
So, first of all, women are what I have observed that women with small, medium businesses, they are very reluctant of getting into social media. And the biggest branding mistake that we make when we are on social media is trying to speak to everyone. Because another big mistake is hiding behind the business. That I, as I said earlier, that women think that my let my product speak. I don't want to go on the camera, or I don't want to post anything about me. And women often tell me that my product should speak for itself. Fine, your product should speak to for yourself, but people don't just buy products. They buy stories, trust, experiences, and people. The biggest mistake that women make for branding is trying to speak to everyone. Another big mistake they make is hiding behind the business. They think my product should speak for myself and my brand. But people don't just buy products. What they want to buy is they buy stories, they buy trust, they buy experiences. So I always tell women that please don't be afraid to put yourself behind your brand, to showcase your face as the founder of the brand, and share your story with the people, because your story is part of your brand.
Okay. So, if a woman has to pitch or introduce her business in 30 seconds, because the catchy reels, we say to keep it around 20 to 30 seconds. So, what should
Hmm.
she communicate in 30 seconds?
So I would give a very simple formula. If you have to pitch yourself in 30 seconds, always remember this formula, that what you have to speak about you. One, who are you? What do you do? Who do you help? And what makes you different? These are three main things which makes a formula for making a 30-second introductory pitch for yourself. Say, for example, if I talk about me, I'll say, "Hi, I am Vaishali. I am a marketing consultant and founder of MTM Women's Community. And I help women entrepreneurs become more visible, build meaningful connections, and grow through community and branding." So these are the four main points that you need to remember while introducing yourself in a short period of 30 seconds, because that's enough to open the conversation.
Yeah, yeah, great. And should they be working on more reels, or the content can be just static? What should they keep in?
I think they should keep a balance of both, because it depends upon how you create the static posts, the posters, or maybe the quotes or the carousels. And of course, as time is such that today videos and reels are also that much important, so they need to make a mix of all these three. And that would help. I think a mix of everything is necessary for social media branding and promotions.
Yeah, true, true. And what would you tell women who hesitate to start something new just because they are 40 plus or 50 plus or even 60 plus?
I would always say that it is not too late. You are simply starting with more wisdom, because just imagine about yourself, you starting something in your 20s, and you starting something in your 40s. So the best part is you are not starting from zero. You are starting with everything that you have learned from your life, your experiences, mistakes, relationships, and skills, resilience. So honestly, some of the most beautiful chapters of a woman's life begins when she stops asking, "Am I too old?" So I'm like, she should in fact start asking, "What do I want to create now at this stage of my life?" So if you have been waiting for the right time, this is your sign. Start.
Yeah, true. Uh, and now, if people have to join your community, either online or offline, how should they go about doing it? Is there a membership fee, or what are the guidelines?
So we have our Facebook community called MTM Multitasking Mommies, and you can also find us on Instagram with the same name, and on Facebook as well. And yes, apart from the Facebook community, we also have a WhatsApp group. So there is a local Ahmedabad based WhatsApp group where we also have a couple of members coming in from other cities. Like we have members from Delhi, Mumbai, and even from Dehradun, because they say that whenever we will be in Ahmedabad, we'll try to attend your event. But whatever of online activities that you are doing, we want to stay a part of that, and they want to stay connected with the Ahmedabad members. So, uh, annual membership for local Ahmedabad members is also there, as well as we have for other cities members as well, which is lower than the local members. And also, we are planning to open up chapters in different cities now.
Okay, okay, great. Franchisees, you mean?
Yes, kind of.
Okay, okay. So, what would be the first city after Ahmedabad that would have a MTM community?
So, what I'm planning right now is to start with Gujarat.
Okay,
And yeah, so I would love to start with Gujarat, because we have couple of inquiries from Rajkot, uh, and Surat and other cities as well. So gradually by end of this year we will start that. And then I think motherhood has no boundaries, womanhood has no boundaries. So uh, wherever it takes us, we will love to be a part of every women's life in every city.
so are these chapters that you're talking about, franchisees, going to
Yeah.
be only in the north, or will they be in the south also?
In South as well. Everywhere. I
Oh,
mean, like, see, mothers are everywhere, women are everywhere. So I think it has no boundaries. So
Okay. Yes,
definitely
yes.
everywhere.
And your
Yeah.
online 5,000 plus, these women are across India. Is that
Yes,
what
they
you
are
said?
across India. They are.
Okay. Okay. Great, ma'am. You're doing great work, amazing work by not just, bringing the women into one place, but celebrating their success. That reminds us that when we celebrate a woman's success, you know, we in fact grow along with that woman, and
True.
there's no room for jealousy or comparison here. So, yeah, that's what your journey reminds us, and more power to you and all the best. Would you like to say
Thank
anything
you
in
so much.
particular to the audience?
Uh, I would just, tell everyone that uh, over the years, what I have experienced is I've realized that building a community is not about collecting people, it's about creating a space where the right people can grow together. So when you find a group of right women who are there to uplift you rather than to judge you, you know, they are your tribe, be with them. Because be with people who don't judge you, be with
True.
people with whom you can unapologetically be yourself. And the other three things that I said, that give your time, give your worth, prioritize your focus on tasks that are important, and never ever hesitate in asking for help, and always delegate the tasks which can be delegated, because we women always want to do everything. Don't do that, because you can't pour from an empty cup. First think about yourself and do what you love to do first, and then gradually other things will follow. So the first thing I always say, that love yourself, value yourself, and be yourself.
Yes, that's really true, and I totally agree with that. So consistency is key, and that'll give you more visibility when you're talking about your brand and your product, and find your tribe if you don't already have. Come
Yes.
out of your comfort zone and do that. Yeah. Thank you
Absolutely.
once again for joining,
Thank
and
you
all
so
the
much.
best for growing MTM. And hopefully we'll catch up again.
Sure. Thank
When.
you so much.
So that was True Spirit for today. Sometimes we don't need someone to show us the way. We just need someone to remind us that we can find our own way. And Vaishali Vaishnav's journey is an excellent example for that. So, until next time, if you have not found your tribe, please find your tribe, keep supporting, keep growing, and keep the spirit in you true. Bye bye.